Hey everyone, it's Hiedi Scott with DIY Hope that you are having a wonderful day. If you're watching this live, let me know. If you're watching this on replay, let me know that too. I'm super excited. I have a brand new kind of flower to show you, and it's sort of the reverse of making the sheet music tassels that we did last year for Christmas ornaments, and we did some this spring. So it turned out super cute, and I need you guys to help me figure out what to call these. Let's come up with some snazzy, I don't know, something to call them. So the sheet music tassels I'm talking about were these. Do you guys remember that? That was one where I had a cork in it and I put the burlap around the top so you don't really see it. And then here's another one that we made this spring where you can actually see the wine cork. So before I came live, I made a couple of these just to see exactly how to do it and to figure out the what to do and the what not to do. And so let me show you what they look like. And then, well, I'll show you what they look like, and then we'll really look at them at the end. But we're gonna actually put one together also. So this was the first one that I made. Okay, and I made that using this old kind of yellowed paper from this Reader's Digest that I was working on a fun project with the cover of that. So I thought I'm gonna just use some of these pages. And the inside of it, my craft projects always start with a thought and then they evolve to something completely different than what I'm thinking about, which is kind of weird. That's why I can't just do something from start to finish for the first time on a live video. I have to figure it out before I come live. Anyways, I see lots of you guys hopping on. Thank you for joining me. Hey Lisa, how are you doing, friend? Hi Diane. Hey Tara. Hi Betty. Hey Susie, those stencils you asked about yesterday, the Deck the Halls, they do not fit on the Scrabble tile pieces of wood. I forgot to tell you that. Hi Patty. Hey Carol. Hi Darla. Hey Rita. Hi Stephanie. Hey Sandra and Sandy, and oh my goodness. And Pat. Hey Pat. So I started what I wanted to have like a plastic cap, like on a plastic soda bottle, but I didn't have one handy because we don't have any of those in the house. So I started digging around through my craft supplies, and do you guys remember these? They're just these little wood chunks that you can get from the Dollar Tree. So I thought, well, I'm going to try and see if this would work. So that is what is inside of this one, and I covered the front of it with some of this paper. Then I thought, I bet you those champagne cork tops would look cute, and they do. And you don't have to cover them up. So that was the first one made with this, and I'll get pictures of everything at the end. So then I did this one next. Can you guys see? Is that cute or what? And you could also use a wine cork. This is, so when we're laying the paper on the champagne cork, we're going the opposite direction of how we laid it on the champagne cork when we made these. I'll show you. It's super easy. And this has 2 different lengths of paper, but you can do however many different lengths of paper you want. And then I use some of that cork, these cork pieces that have the adhesive back from Dollar Tree. And I made a couple of leaves right here. And I put the same paper on the back of them. Is that cute or what? And I mean, you could add a button. There's a ton of different things that you could do to jazz this up. And these are, I mean, you have at least one book that you're not reading or you've already read that you wouldn't care too much to cut up. And you probably have glue, and maybe you have some wine corks, or you can get some little wood pieces, or you can even purchase the champagne corks on Amazon, and you can get them in some craft stores too. So super inexpensive. So I made this one then, and this one I made just with a Dollar Tree book that I just have been taking pages out of for craft projects. So the paper is wider, if you notice. Okay, and then this one I just made a few minutes ago, and I used some of my favorite sheet music, okay? And I used, I think, 3 different lengths of paper, and I did the same thing with a cork to make a leaf. And on this one, I hot glued a magnet on it. And I want to show you how cute that would be. So, isn't that cute? Do you love it? Okay, Terry says she loves the idea of the button with it. I just love flowers. Do you guys remember? I think it was 1 or 2 weeks, or maybe 3 weeks ago, we did this one. And we used that lace from Walmart that I love so much that's not available anymore. And thank goodness my friend sent me some. And we used the brown burlap to make these flowers. And then this was Mod Podge of vintage dictionary pages on here, and that stencil from Magnolia. Anyways, I just got that out because I wanted to show you the idea of doing magnets. So, do you want to know how to do it? Okay, before I came live, I got another champagne cork out. But like I said, use what you have, improvise, wad up a ball of paper and cover it with aluminum, or, I mean, just use what you have whenever possible. That's my motto. And if you ever see champagne corks at a thrift store, at a craft store, grab some, because I like to craft with these. I use them quite a bit for different projects. Okay, so, and I cut up some more of this sheet music before I came live. I'm going to show you which pieces work well and which ones don't. And I think I have some different lengths. I only have one of the very short, but that doesn't matter. Okay, and I have a glue gun handy. So, do you guys think you would make these? I just think they're so cute. I love the way each one of them looks different with the old Reader's Digest paper, the new Dollar Tree paper. No, this is sheet music. And where did I put my, the new Dollar Tree paper. I just love how they look. They just turned out so great. Okay, so when we make the corks, the tassel things, let me show you with this one. I'm all tongue-tied today. You guys, they're in my kitchen, taping everything up. We had to get the last little bits and pieces out of the kitchen. I had to completely clean out some of my cabinets that have glass fronts because they're going to paint the inside of those. And they even covered our sink. So I don't know when we're going to have any access to food in this house again. So I'm a little discombobulated, I'm sorry. Anyways, okay, so when we made this tassel, we basically did the exact same thing. We cut out some pieces of whatever kind of paper you're using, and then we cut strips. Can you see that? And I usually do multiple at one time because I'm all about saving time. And when we were doing the tassels, we glued them on the wine corks, or on the champagne corks like this, going this direction. But to make the flowers, we're going to go the other direction, and I'm looking for a cute piece of paper. You want to, and also on the tassels, you put your cutest paper on the outside. On the flowers, you put your cutest paper on the inside. So instead of doing it down here, we're going to start out and glue it up here at the very top. Can you guys see what I'm talking about? So let's just get started. And when you're thinking about what kind of paper you want, you're going to see the inside of it. So you don't want any paper, or the underneath of it, you don't want paper that doesn't have any decorations on it. So I'm going to show you how to get started, and then I'm going to show you how you move down the cork. Okay, and can you guys see all right? I think you can. Whoops. I started to do it almost the wrong way. Okay, I'm starting up here on the bump, all right? And then I'm just gonna run some glue along here, and I'm going to roll my paper into it and then squish it into the glue each time. Because it's not straight, it's gonna wanna not roll straight. So let's get this piece of paper all the way on, and I'll keep showing you what we're doing. I'm just rolling it into the hot glue. Okay, and it's gonna look like that, and I'm just gonna scrunch that paper or sheet music into the hot glue so it forms around the cork a little better. Let's close this up. And this is a project that is glue intensive, and it's also a project where you're likely to get glue on your hands. So I seriously recommend that you use a low temperature hot glue gun. And this is the one I like. It came from Hobby Lobby like 3 or 4 months ago. It looks terrible because it's got hot glue all over it. I've used the heck out of this thing. It was like $10. It's called Surebonder Cool Shot. And I feel like it's even a little bit cooler than a low temperature cool glue gun. So it's not killing you when you get it on your hands. Okay, so we've got one piece of paper on, and when we get it all on, that's the fun part when we start to bend the pieces back. So let's do another short piece, and I like this side better than this one. So the cute side goes on the inside, because that's the side that you'll see with the flowers. I'm just gonna lay this on here, and it's about the same. I've started gluing it at about the same position. With the next one, we're gonna start to move up our cork a little bit. Okay, and see how it's not gonna be completely smushed in there, so you have to sort of squeeze it with your fingers to get it. So what should we call this? If you're just hopping on, this is a new kind of flower that, I mean, I'm sure other people have done it, but I haven't, or I don't think I've done anything this way. I've made a ton of these tassels using champagne corks, but no flowers going the opposite direction. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and I want you guys to help me come up with a name for this kind of flower. All right, so we've got 2 layers of it on there. Let's see, where's my medium? This is a piece of medium length. I just cut 3 different strips of sheet music, you know, like 5 pages at a time, different lengths. So these are both cute, but I like this side the best because it's the busiest. So I'm gonna glue this on, and I'm gonna also start to move up my cork a little bit, because eventually, whoops, not that far. Eventually we want to have the whole, see what I mean? I moved up it a little bit. We want to have the whole thing covered. Corkscrew flowers. Oh, that's cute. That's a cute idea. What other suggestions do we have? You know what? And how about I take all the suggestions that you guys give me, and we'll put it to a vote this evening. Does that sound like fun? And you guys can tell me what we should call it, and then you can say, I helped with the DIY dreaming naming of this new kind of paper flower. We have done something sort of similar where we cut a loop of, I have a flower out that looks like that. We cut a loop of fabric. It's kind of, and you roll it onto itself. It's kind of the same idea, but yeah, let me show you. I have one right here. It's a really little one, but it kind of gives you the idea. See, this is about the closest thing. Can you see how it has it's a piece of fabric folded over on itself, and then we cut the little slits, and then we just rolled it over and over and over on top of itself. That's about the closest to this fabric, to this flower that I've done so far. Okay, we're not gonna make this a super duper thick flower. I'm going to use the largest size now because I want to get it done and I want to not take forever. Oh, this is a pretty side. I like this side. So on this last one, I'm going to start at the very base of the champagne cork. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm just rolling it and then pinching it. I didn't even get breakfast before the painters got here. So if you hear something, that's my stomach growling. My son went to Wendy's to get us some food, thankfully, since I can't really do anything in my kitchen today. Oops. Okay, so I think I'll do one more of the long one, and then we'll start. I'll show you how you open it. And okay, I like this piece of paper right here, so we'll use this one for the last piece. And I'm just doing a little squiggle of hot glue around the edge of it. And sometimes you're going to get like this is happening right here, which is okay. You just pull it off and sort of stick it back in place. So I really like this flower. This is the 4th one I've made today. And I don't know, it's so easy. I could make it with scrapbook paper. I could make it with any, I mean, really any kind of printer paper. Now I'm just scrunching the whole thing. So this is what you have when you're done. All right. And what you're going to do. Hey, Nancy, how are you? Hi, Kim. Hey, Chantal. Hi, Deb. Hey, Fern. Paper cork flowers. That's a cute idea. You could use magazine pages. That's brilliant. It looks like a badminton birdie. It kind of does, doesn't it? Okay, so you're going to start and fold it all down so that you can see the center part of the cork. And then you're going to go down to your longest layer and put your finger in here and start folding them down much lower. And this is gonna, unless you can find something to make this on that is much shallower, this is gonna be one of those kind of tall flowers. There's just no way around it. See how I'm just bending that down? Okay, and I've gone all the way around, so I'm gonna start with the next layer, and I'm not gonna bend it down quite as far. Might have to like pick up actual pieces of it to bend it down, not quite as far as, can you see what I'm talking about? How it's bent down, not quite as far. And then you can just start pulling the top layer down a little bit further. I'm gonna be super excited to see what you guys do with this idea, because I think it's gonna be just like everything else. I show you guys an idea and then you make it your own, and you make it like 10 times better than the original idea was. And I'm excited about that. Okay, there's what we have. What do you think? Now this one, like I said, I guess I started gluing closer to the top of the wine cork, because on this one, it has a little bit taller top. And you can cut the strips as wide or as narrow as you want. Okay, then to do the leaves, I think it's cute to have it coordinate a little bit the leaves with the center. You could also use a pencil and kind of curl up the little pieces. So I'm going to cut off a piece of this sheet of cork from Dollar Tree. You can make your leaves as big or as small as you want. All right. And like I said, it has an adhesive back to it. You need a piece of sheet music. Let's just pull one out of here. Okay, where's my... So I'm going to peel the sticky thing off. And we're going to stick it on our sheet music or whatever paper you're using on the side that isn't as cute. I'm just looking to see what is up and what is down, which I guess it doesn't really matter. See, this side is cuter than this side, okay? And then, cut around it. And what did I say was the top? Okay, and then I'm just gonna cut the shape of a leaf through both pieces. And because this flower is got pretty long stems on it, I'm gonna make this a really long one. All right, and then I'm just looking for the place that I ended it. I think it was right here. And I'm gonna glue that on there and bend it out gently a little bit. What do you guys think? Do you like that? Do be gentle, because this cork is kind of, it breaks easy. So there we go. I'll fiddle around with it, but pretty cute, huh? So let me see what you guys are saying. How long and wide is each strip? Well, I mean, it's completely up to you. I'll measure some of these. This is just what this particular piece of sheet music, how I cut it. You can make them bigger or smaller. So this is the size of the longest piece, and it is 3 inches, a little bit over 3 inches long. And you know what? I'm so glad that you asked me that question, whoever that was, because I forgot to tell you guys something that's important. Let me get some new pieces. We'll do it with book pages, okay? I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I just take my book pages out of my book or my sheet music using a X-Acto knife thing, okay? And then I'm gonna stack them up, and then we're gonna cut all of this border off, all right? Because it doesn't look pretty at that negative space. So my flower length was however long it went from one side to the other. And then I just guesstimated and started, let's say this, I wanted to do this as this short piece. And nothing is precise with this craft, which is why it's perfect for me. So I have 2 stacks of it, and I just started then cutting, not all the way up to the top. And it's the exact same thing for the sheet music. You cut all the edges off, then but with the sheet music, I went this way instead of horizontal. Okay, and then you're gonna end up with something like this. And that, okay, so the longest one was a little bit over 3 inches. The middle one, I think this is the middle one, was 2.5. And where's the short one? Do I have any of the short ones left? I'm just looking. I think this is what the short one was, right here. And it is like 1 3/4 inches. So, I mean, just a little bit different in sizes. You would love the link to what, Malia? I'll come, you know, as soon as I hop off, which is going to be in just a second, I will answer all your questions. And there is going to be a great promotion today that I'll come back live and tell you as soon as that is up and going. Anyways, I hope that you guys will make some of these flowers, and they can go on any project. If you put a magnet on them, you can put them on anything you want. And if you haven't already made some of these tassels, I think I'll go and get the link for when I showed how to do this, and I'll put it in the comments so that you can grab it there if you want to watch that video too. All right, have a great rest of your day. Feel free to sprinkle. Feel free to ask Cork Expressions. That's a cute name. Feel free to give me suggestions on what names you think we should call it. And anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.